about tomorrow.
Winters can be long here in Canada. The winter, the snow, the ice, the cold tends to bring a little bit more work on the homestead, and we look forward to the time when spring is coming. Even though the winters are long, we do enjoy the season. We enjoy the snow. We enjoy the time together more as a family, but we definitely look forward to spring. Having chickens in the winter can be a challenge. Depending on different things that come along, predators, frozen waters, just the long haul, just even getting to the barn can sometimes be a challenge. Walking through the deep snow, then when the snow starts to melt, there's flooding, and then mud season. So even though winters can be difficult, it brings on new challenges, we're definitely looking forward to warmer weather. That being said, during those winter months, it's good to get out and do some new things, new activities, find some winter hobbies that you like to do. Another thing that I love to do is just going through the catalogs, planning out my garden for the next season. It's a good time in the winter to do that. I have ordered a bunch of seeds. I cannot wait to get my new seed orders. I'm looking forward to growing some new things this year. So as winter's still here, we know it's coming to a close. It is now spring, but that doesn't always mean we're not going to get snow. We could have another month or two of snow. Hoping this is the last dumping of snow, but that is not known in the foreseeable future. Just going to go out and check on the chickens. They've been doing pretty well. Their water has been freezing a little bit because it's getting into like the minus 33 degrees Celsius, or a little bit lower than that actually. Just got to go out daily and check on them. Just bringing some scraps out to them now. Get out of the chicken compost. Get out of there. So we keep the feed in here. The roosters tend to come in here. We definitely lost another chicken or two. I'm gonna go check things out, but this is when they were outside. It's a rooster tail. I mean, there's some some prints over there. I'm not seeing any body around, so something big enough like a fox or something could have dragged it off. What you smell, Ducky? Did you find it? Hey? I mean, that's definitely not the dog, because the dog's whole body goes into the snow. It's definitely something, I want to say a fox or something, but Doug would have found a body if there was one to be found. Hey, Doug? Where did the roosters go? Hey? Where's the roosters? Hey, where did roosters go? What do you smell? Oh, he's got a scent of something. Been so cold lately. He hasn't been out a whole lot. And, something got the chickens. But these guys weren't in the barn. They were outside. So anyways, I'm just going to go and see how many eggs we got. We've had a few frozen eggs in the last week. Let's see how things are today. I don't think he found anything, but he was looking. Anyways, he's a good boy. Aren't you, Doug? Good boy? Well, I'm just going to give him... We get these frozen eggs from time to time. I don't keep them. Not good to keep, but they're okay for the dogs. So I'm going to give them to Doug. He's a good boy. He did his run around, checking on where those chickens ended up, but we didn't find them. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy, Doug. Typically, Doug gets the frozen eggs and we get the good ones. And then, so even if your egg has been like frozen and like thawed, we don't keep those. Doug gets those as well. Just because condensation. So we know that eggs have like a bloom on them, like a protective coating. And so if an egg is frozen and thaws, we know that there's moisture. So anytime that you wash an egg, it should go in the fridge. But typically we don't wash our eggs until we go to use them. So I keep them on the counter or the table. Because there has been like the thawing process and condensation and water on the eggs, we typically don't eat them. But Doug definitely enjoys those treats. But we still get plenty of eggs for us. and plenty of eggs to share. As spring is sure to come, that means the spring melt, which means tons of flooding and lots of mud. So we ended up getting a whole lot of rain for a full day, which made everything fall off of our roofs. And it did melt quite a bit of snow, but it left us with a little bit more work to do and a little bit more shoveling. As the rain's coming down and as the snow melts, I'm anxiously waiting to start my seeds and to begin gardening. These are actually my bean seeds, Royal Burgundy bush bean seeds that I actually dried throughout the course of the winter. We hung them up and string them up so that they could dry out perfectly. And instead of storing them and packaging them, I just left them as is. So I figured that now, as I can see that spring is coming, I decided that I would take the day and go through all of these beans and collect the seeds, which is something I love to do. So we did harvest a lot of beans on this previous garden year, but it's a really good idea to set some plants aside so that you can save seeds for the following year. So this is a good supply for a few years to come with seeds. It might seem like a lot of work, but it's actually not. I actually enjoy getting in there and just seeing all the seeds that I have collected. I have a little friend here, Hunter, who's helping me out. He quite enjoyed this little event. So we got a decent amount of seeds, which should do us quite a few years yet. And every few years I tend to do this, save a good majority so that we have plenty of seeds. That's one thing that we do here. If we can save the seeds and there's no issues with cross-pollination, it's a good idea to save seeds for years to come. It just saves that little bit of money and you have the assurance that you have these seeds for the future use. It's such a nice relief to finally see that the snow is melting and grass is actually underneath all of that white stuff. It's a sure sign that spring's around the corner, and I wish I could say goodbye winter, but time will really only tell if it truly is goodbye for winter. As we continue to wait for winter to disappear, I will continue to work at starting seeds for the next garden season, possibly incubating an egg or two considering we have an abundance right now, and getting prepared for the day when the sun is finally out and the green grass is growing great. I hope this is goodbye winter, but time will tell.